morning. Welcome back, everybody, to Coffee at the King. I'm Ryan. This is Chelsea. What are we doing today?
It's got some nice classic Tim Hortons black coffees.
Classic black coffee from Tim's.
Delicious.
Yeah. So, how have your past few weeks been?
Good. Yeah, it's been good. Lots of golfing. Done a ton of golfing this year. I have a new hike planned for September long weekend, so we're gonna go out and try that one again. Hopefully that one's good. But yeah, it's been good. Lots of golf. Went fishing a couple of times. Just kind of enjoying summer. What about you?
Kind of the same thing. Getting lots of sun, as you can see. But we have been. I've got a match coming up. The last time we talked about a Brazilian coming up here to face me in a left-handed match in an event in New Jersey at the High Five Knuckles Up event. That match has since been canceled because that gentleman injured himself. So he's been replaced with a gentleman that was already on the card with a right-handed match, Pavlo Deberdenyev. He's a Russian living in the United States, and that's who I will be facing at the end of the month. And then later on, I will be facing Cody Merritt at an event in, I believe it's October, at an event in Steinbach, and he's flying up here from Utah to go against me. He is he's ranked ahead of me in the North America with the left hand. And the last time we faced each other in a real match, I actually beat him. That's not been since the 2018 World Championships.
So did you used to compete with your right arm?
Still do.
Still do, okay.
Not at the same level it used to be because I injured it severely. Well, what a great segue.
That big bruise I remember you had? Yeah.
I completely ruptured the common tendon for all of my wrist flexors. Oh. So it turned all kinds of purples and stuff. It's pretty good right now, though.
Good lighting.
Yeah, good lighting, good angle.
There you go.
But we're talking about injuries.
Yeah. So you've recovered from your other injury. You're able to compete with your right arm now, but it's just not at the same level.
Right. So oftentimes when somebody ruptures something, it'll get surgically reattached, and it'll get attached in a different spot that'll give you a leverage advantage. For me, it tore here and scarred down and reattached somewhere up here. So it's actually a leverage disadvantage for me. They could not do surgery because of where it tore was in the muscle belly, which means they'd be sewing together fibrous tissue that kind of would go together this way. So it would just pull apart. It would not be a very high level of success for that surgery. Now,
gives me the chills.
So I let it heal. It does not affect my everyday life, but as far as arm wrestling goes, a little less flexion power in the wrist on the right hand.
Yeah, I've never had a major injury like that. I've had smaller injuries. I played baseball really competitively for when I was younger, and I tore my ankles apart, both of them, always, because I had braces, I did all these things, and then I didn't really think it affected me that much, but then through my years, I noticed I sprained my ankles all the time. I was walking and I would just roll my ankle and it would sprain and it would swell and it was like really susceptible to sprain. So then actually when I started working for Supplement King, I started taking collagen, and I'm not even kidding you, it's fixed my ankles. Like, obviously we want to avoid the injury in the first place. We want to do proactive supplements or proactive medicine instead of reactive medicine, but there's still, lots of things that you can take to help you heal and to improve the, success rate of those injuries being healed properly.
How often does it happen where somebody walks into Supplement King and says, I've injured myself, what can you give me to help?
Often. A lot, yeah. And even if people aren't coming in here specifically for their injury, somehow we always get around to it. I'm here for a pre-workout, but I really injured my shoulder, so I need a good, strong pre-workout. I'm like, okay, well, that's not the proper way to do it. Let's heal first. Let's rebuild. Tons of like protein, collagen. Well, this is the collagen that I take all the time. It's got type 2 collagen in it, so it's the best for repairing connective tissue. And then always just like omega-3s, any joint complex that you can do. If you're having a lot of trouble with like swelling and pain, you can do turmeric instead of taking things like Advil to reduce the swelling. I mean, both are great, but if it's often and it's happening a lot, if you can have a more natural option or something to even just prevent that swelling from happening in the first place, like awesome. I always take turmeric when I go hiking because I know my feet are going to swell, my fingers are going to swell from the swinging of your arms and things like that. So it's nice to kind of get a head start on it.
So I think the message here is don't wait till you're injured
Exactly.
to start supplementing appropriately.
Yeah.
And connective tissue is one of those things that can really benefit from supplementation. All of the things you talked about, but I personally also do take the collagen. If you are a competitive strength athlete, this is extremely important.
Extremely.
If
And
you
isn't
are
your
just-
multi also a joint complex?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I do a multivitamin called Orange Triad that has a joint complex built into it. So, and I buy it right here at Supplement King. I see it on the shelf over there. So if you're ever in the market, and let's face it, even if you don't think you're in the market, you're in the market. You have a body, you need to maintain it. So come on down to Supplement King and pick up some stuff for prevention and general health.
Absolutely. The best thing about collagen too is that, like, I put it in my coffee in the morning, not this one, but I put it in my first one, and you get 9 extra grams of protein, you get 100% of your daily vitamin C, there's biotin in it, like there's nothing that's not awesome about collagen. It's going to give you extra protein, it's going to help a lot of things, but if it can prevent real joint injuries and like if it can help you stay in your sport longer or just have a better quality of life, why not?
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, you can't afford to not do some of this stuff, and you would be way further ahead to come in here and do some prevention rather than catch up afterwards. So, yeah, come on down here, get some stuff.
How long have you been taking collagen for? Have you been taking it for a while, or is it relatively newer?
Oh, goodness. A couple of years.
Yeah.
So, I did injure myself severely not taking it a few years back, but now I take it as part of my regimen. So I take a lot of protein, collagen, creatine now, getting ready for this event coming up, and of course my Orange Triad with joint complex built right in.
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about what Supplement King has coming up, because you're going to be at a few events.
Yeah, well, it's summertime, so we have lots of cool stuff coming up. We actually participated in an awesome fundraiser last month. It was an MS fundraiser, so we went there and chatted with everybody about how supplements can be for different folks. It's not just for bodybuilders and arm wrestlers, right? It's we have mass gainers for people on soft food diets, or we have things to help get enough protein and maintain muscle mass. It's degenerative MS, so maintaining muscle mass is so huge. Coming up, we have the Southport Runway event, which will be really cool. We were there last year as well. It's a little rainy last year, so hopefully this year's nice and sunshiny. They got a 5K and a 10K option. We'll be there talking about recovery and hydration, and we'll be giving out free samples and just kind of chatting with everybody about that. And then we're also going to be at the Tree Burn Marathon this year. We'll be doing the kind of same thing, keeping everybody hydrated and hyping everyone up. But yeah, we'll have our promo team out there, so go and check them out if you're at those events.
Yeah, maybe next year I'll be participating. I'm starting to get to that point where I'm thinking about moving into a different area and maybe dropping some mass and just being in shape. But that's a topic for another day.
Yeah, it's a big decision for you. You've been arm wrestling and a certain kind of demographic of fitness for a long time because you've been trying to get the strength. But you want to run? I
used to actually do that, and I would do. I have done a Spartan race, and I've done a few 5Ks and
those
that
cool.
kind of thing a few years back. We're talking 2013-ish. So somewhere in the middle of my arm wrestling career, I was a runner for a little while. Yeah.
When COVID happened, I was like, I'm going to be a runner. I love running. I'm going to run every day. And I started running every day, and it lasted about 2 weeks. My knees were killing me. So I had to start taking a joint complex, which was really good. It actually fixed. But no, I don't like to run. I like to hike. I like to climb. I like to do other things, but I just don't like to run. I'll fully admit it. That's my, that's me being grown, I guess. Not a runner.
But for now, you have anything immediate on the horizon in the next couple of weeks?
Next couple of weeks, just a big hike for myself personally. Supplement King, we're just going to be rocking it like usual. We got a wicked flyer on. It's on until September 10th. So
check it out.
Yeah.
I am less than 2 weeks out from my match. So I'm training today, tomorrow, and the next day, and then I'm in rest mode. So am I nervous? No. And I'll tell you why. Because I've trained my mind
Hey,
to
okay.
not be nervous until the night before, and then it will all hit me at once.
Well, somebody once told me that if you worry about something, you just extend the negative part of it by the entire time that you worry. So if you worry about something that's going to take you 1 hour, you've wasted 14 hours worrying about it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, 100%. Like it's the event will be what it will be. I anticipate success. I'm confident.
Good.
I am well trained and well prepared, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be great.
Sounds exciting. I'm excited for you.
All right, Chelsea. It's been a pleasure as usual.
As usual. Coffee at the King. Cheers.